Hi, I'm from Bikerheadz. Today we're talking about this guy, Daytona Spirit Pro. Okay, so we've got the Daytona Spirit Pro, came out late 2019. Let me just talk you through some of the difference between this and the standard Spirit that you might have seen in the Daytona shops before. It's a totally different boot. It's built on the same boot block and has the same panelling. Let me just explain a couple of differences. So the Spirit is more of a summer, spring, autumn boot. It's got no thermal insulation in it. The Spirit Pro has thermal insulation in it. It's a standard Goretex, not the Goretex XCI you see in the Spirit boot. Also, no punch venting down the front. Again, that makes it a slightly warmer product. So that's your major differences between the two. One is more spring, summer, autumn. This one is more winter, spring, autumn for those guys that are riding in harsher conditions. That's your major two differences. Let's talk about some of the features. What we'll do is work from the sole and work our way up. Starting at the sole, you've got an oil and water resistant sole on the bottom here, so it gives you good grip regardless of conditions. Underneath that, you've got a steel shank built into it. That gives you support in your instep, also reduces the chance of crushing on your foot. Talking about crushing, this has all the twos in terms of CE approval. It also has the IPA and IPS and the WR standard for CE approval on boots, so a massively high spec boot as you'd expect from a brand like Daytona. Running along the bottom here, now this is where Daytona becomes very different from anything else on the market. The way the Goretex is put into the boot of the Daytona is the Goretex runs down the shank of the boot, over the top of the toes, and then it curls around the base of the sole. What you get with the standard Goretex boot is they drop the whole boot in. On the bottom of the Daytona boot, we use a putty that runs along the base which seals the Goretex in. What that means is, if you wear through your sole on a long trip, those guys that are doing massive mileage in their Daytonas, they're not going to wear straight through the Goretex straight away. That means you're getting more longevity. If you're on a long trip, you're not going to get a leaking boot straight away. Second benefit is it reduces vibrations. It's like a gel pad built into the base of the boot. So it reduces the vibrations on long distance rides, less chance of a dead foot, a dead leg and any numbness in that area. Running up, you've got toe protector running around the side of the toe there, which you can't see, but it's all built under the leather with Daytona. Protection is always under the leather. Running around to the toe box, you've got a gear change pad. Underneath the gear change pad's leather. Underneath that is the Goretex membrane, and then you've got an aluminium fibre pad between your toes and the membrane. That's the reason Daytonas don't leak in the foot like other boots do. When you change your gear, your toenails will wear away the membrane over time. With a Daytona, you've got that aluminium fibre pad protecting that, which is why Daytonas don't leak. Running up the boot, stretch panels, always made of kangaroo leather. It wears better with stretching, so always kangaroo leather on the stretch panels. The rest of the upper is all cowhide built into the boot, so it's real leather, fully breathable cowhide, no plastics used at all. Protection all the way running up the side of the boot here, and all the way up the shin area, so you've got your protection built in there. As I say, all the highest level C protection built into this boot. Running around the back, you've got a reflective panel on the back and a high wearing pad on the heel as well. Heel cup in there for protection, and then protection behind the ankle area as well. Coming to the top of the boot, you've got the open and closure mechanism. So Velcro closure over a zip, curved zip, which means that there's less chance of the boot coming off your foot in the event of an accident. Also, the zips are completely burst resistant, of course, as you'd expect. Running behind that, you've got adjustments for your calf area here, so you can move the zip, so you get a bigger calf area on the adjustment as well. Remember that when you're trying these on. Running into the top of the boot, you've got extra comfort padding around the inside, around the back, and you've got a pull-on tab that isn't on the Spirit as well. Another small difference between this and the standard Spirit boot. So all in all, an extremely comfortable, high-tech, waterproof boot. It looks like a simple black leather boot, but it's extremely high-tech. The way it's put together, handmade in Germany, is absolutely second to none. If you've never tried a Daytona on, the fit is absolutely perfect, extremely comfortable. So that's the Spirit Pro boot, available now. 2 years waterproofing warranty, single year manufacturing warranty, and then you've got lifetime repairing that you can do. You can pay for new soles, new uppers, new Goretex, anything you need. This really is the boot for those guys that are doing the high mileage. For any more information on this, please go to bikerheadz.co.uk.